So today we're going to cover the state legislature, which is our House of Representatives and our Senate. In Texas, we have a part-time legislature, which means that they visit and meet every other year, and they meet on odd years. We are a Republican dominant state, meaning more Republicans are elected in our legislature than Democrats. It's quite confusing. Some students confuse state legislature with the US. And for instance, Senator Ted Cruz, he is a senator and he goes to DC, elected in a 6-year term, versus a state senator, which is elected to a 4-year term and goes to Austin to represent us. So a lot of people sometimes get the two confused. So, one of the most important functions of the state legislature is representation. We have a representative type of democracy where we, as the voters, will get together and vote for our representative, our House representative, or our senator. They represent us and they then go into Austin in the state of Texas and create laws. And we vote usually based on their platform or philosophies. State legislatures communicate with their constituents. They will allocate resources in and out of the district. They will also represent the needs of the constituents through votes and budgeting. So, how do they know what the constituents want? Through letter writing, through calling, or going out into the community to hear from them. Elections play a big part. Um, for the House, they're running every 2 years. So they're closer to the people. They have to make sure that they are listening, or else we as the people can vote them out. So, what do they do exactly? They can introduce bills. A single legislator will introduce a bill. Other representatives and senators will sign or co sponsor, signaling their support for the bill. New bills are introduced to the policy committee at the chamber, and they will go up and down based on longevity. And this is why the lieutenant governor has so much power, because he decides which committee the bills go to and exactly how it furthers, and he decides the committees that legislators or state senators will actually have. Governor Abbott has his power because he can either sign or veto the bill. Um, in the case of the governor vetoing the bill, it can go back to the legislature where 2/3 of the votes in both the House and the legislature can override Governor Abbott's veto. So, checks and balances of each. Governor Abbott can see a bill, he feels that that's not correct, he will veto it, but the legislatures can still override his veto with 2/3 of the votes. They have to have a supermajority. Also, sometimes you'll hear about sunset laws, which allows the legislature to bring in cases for programs with a set end date or ultimately terminate a program by just not renewing it. That's what a sunset law is, to terminate a program without renewing it. And so your ebook will go into more detail about committee systems, how the committees are standing, red states versus blue states. I want to go to another form of government. So we, at the local level, you can either have a mayor council form, which is what we have in the city of Houston, or a council manager form, which is where you would have maybe in cities of Pearland or Sugarland. In Houston, with a mayor council form means the mayor is a full-time job responsible for budgeting. All department heads report to him or her. In the council manager form, a professional is hired to run the day-to-day operations, and the mayor and city council are elected and they have part-time roles. So either the mayor council form or the council manager form. So that's the highlights of this chapter. As you know, your ebook will go into much more detail and the nitty gritty. Thank you.